organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight at Daily Iowan TV, we have the very latest on Thursday's deadly school shooting at a community college in Oregon.
Plus, King Tut may be hiding treasures even more valuable behind his walls.
Iowa football has their first Big Ten conference test.
Find out in sports if Iowa has the chance to get their first win against Wisconsin since 2009.
All that and more coming up.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Austin Love.
And I'm Alara Bartlett. We begin tonight with shuddering news in the Northwest. Current reports say 13 students are dead and 20 injured after a gunman opened fire in a science classroom at Umpqua Community College in Oregon Thursday morning. The UCC, located roughly 180 miles south of Portland, is a two-year school that houses more than 13,000 students, the majority of whom take classes part-time. Collaborating together, local law enforcement immediately put the campus on lockdown after the shooting. The Douglas County Fire Marshal said police arrived on scene and were able to neutralize the shooter. Later, students and faculty were bused to a local fairground to safety. Officers shot and killed a 20-year-old gunman during their confrontation. Daily Iowan TV will keep you updated on this story's developments.
Thursday in Washington, President Obama's administration unveiled a new plan to clean up the air. The plan includes stricter limits on smog causing pollution to protect the planet's ozone layer and keep out catalysts that can cause respiratory illnesses. The Environmental Protection Agency said the new smog standard will keep people healthier and reduce the hundreds of premature deaths that occur each year. Activists on both sides of the climate change issue are not thrilled about this decision. While Republicans say the reduction will affect coal power plants and harm economic efforts, environmentalists claim the Obama administration limits are still beyond the safe range suggested by the EPA last year.
Students here at the University of Iowa are conscious and concerned about our carbon footprint. Daily Iowan TV's Ashley Kruger takes you inside Known Tomorrow, the new student movement looking to take action and preserve our planet.
From September 28th through October 1st, a student-led campaign known as Know Tomorrow has held events and speeches in order to promote action on climate change. Events this week included a lecture and a showing of Years of Living Dangerously dry season. One of the more involved activities for the student-led movement is the Write Your Representatives group meeting on Wednesday. This event was held in the library and encouraged students to write individual letters to Governor Branstad to support the Clean Power Plan. Other than writing letters, one student shares how to positively impact our climate.
An easy way would be just riding your bike instead of taking your car everywhere, especially if you're going somewhere close. Let's see, but the car is a very big one. The burning of fossil fuels is very huge.
Even if you aren't willing to give up your car, you can still reduce your emissions by carpooling or even walking. Every little bit makes a difference. This is Ashley Kruger, Daily Iowan TV.
Iowa City will soon sport a brewery it can call its own. The Iowa City Brew Lab, the brainchild of a father-son combo, is nearly tapped for business. Nathan Lecter and his son Drew will soon christen their bar and tap room located on Washington Street. The duo says they're also hoping to establish a menu partnership with their neighbors DP Dough, who share the building. The duo plan to open the Brew Lab by the end of October.
All this week, the east steps of the old Capitol have been host to one special celebration. A public reading of a famous text is anything but ordinary, an ordinary campus spectacle. Daily Iowan TV's Nikki Crosswade has more.
Over 120 people came together to celebrate the 400th anniversary of the publication of the second volume of Don Quixote. Written by the famous author Michael de Cervantes, published in 1615, the novel tells the adventures of a nameless hidalgo who reads so many chivalric romances that he loses his sanity and decides to set out to revive chivalry, undo wrongs, and bring justice to the world, all under the name Don Quixote. From sunup to sundown, faculty, students, and citizens of Iowa City took turns reading excerpts from the novel, some reading a few pages and others reading multiple chapters. Festive readers walked up and down the stairs reading loudly for everyone to hear, while some readers set up a chair and made themselves comfortable. The novel was read in both English and Spanish. Bystanders and students walking across the Pentecost took a few minutes out of their day to enjoy some profound literature. Students who partook in the reading say it's always fun to meet new people each year and go back in time in literature.
I like seeing all the different people that come to interact with us.
The celebration of Don Quixote will continue through the weekend as part of the Iowa City Book Festival. Anna Barker loves hosting the celebration, and she couldn't be happier with the outcome this week.
Being a part of a community who celebrates books, and it's kind of exciting to do it on the first day of the UNESCO City of Literature Book Festival. It starts today. The festival will continue all through the weekend, and Iowa City is just a great place to be for all book lovers.
4 days and 950 pages later, the public reading of Don Quixote was complete. Reporting from the Old Capitol, Daily Iowan TV, Nikki Crosswaite.
In many places along the east coast of the United States, residents are still knee-deep in flood waters. Torrential downpours all across the eastern seaboard have already caused major flooding, as seen at High Point University in South Carolina and James Madison University in Virginia. Officials from New York to South Carolina are gearing up for more, thanks to oncoming Hurricane Joaquin, a Category 4 storm that will soon crash against the mainland after wreaking havoc in the Bahamas. The National Weather Service is predicting as much as 10 inches of rainfall in some areas from the Carolinas up to New England. Well, Lara, it's been beautiful here. It's officially fall. It's a little cooler out. How's fall weather treating you?
You know, I'm liking it so far, but let's send it on over to Ashley Kruger in the weather studio to see if this cool weather is here to stay.
We have a beautiful start to the weekend. Friday morning kicks off at a cool 47 degrees. Then in the afternoon, we hit a comfortable 57 degrees with clear skies and plenty of sunshine to keep away the chill. Finishing off this gorgeous day, temperatures drop only slightly to 50 degrees in the evening. Our first weekend in October satisfies those sweater weather cravings. Expect clear skies and sunshine with highs in the mid-60s and lows hanging around the 40s. We jump into the week with partly cloudy skies and temperatures creeping back into the 70s. However, the fall weather isn't leaving us for good. As we can see, those temperatures begin to drop by Wednesday. That's all I have for you here at the Weather Studio. Back to you guys at the desk.
There are some exciting new findings in the chamber of Egyptian King Tut's tomb. British archaeologist Nicholas Reeves proposed a theory this summer that the famous tomb is actually part of an outer chamber of Queen Nefertiti's final resting place in the Valley of the Kings. Reeves believes the famous tomb has 2 additional pathways behind its walls, one leading to the Queen's location, where there could be artifacts that reveal new secrets about the Egyptians. Many scholars believe Nefertiti was the wife of King Tut's father. The team of archaeologists will soon present the case to Egyptian authorities in hopes to receive radar equipment to confirm Reeves's theory.
The latest piece of ongoing civil unrest near the Holy City Thursday, the Israeli Defense Forces say a Palestinian man shot and killed 2 Israeli parents driving their 4 children on the west bank of a road near Jerusalem. In the past 2 weeks, violence near the Western Wall and the Dome of the Rock, 2 of the most sacredly held places on earth, has spilled over into surrounding neighborhoods. The shooting took place during the Jewish holiday of Sukkot, a week-long festival celebrating the fall harvest. It is still unclear if the attacker came from a militant group or if he acted alone.
For both Joel Stav and CJ Beathard, the Locks are no more. For more, let's send it over to the sports studio where Taylor and Danny are standing by for another week of pregame.
Thanks, guys. It's a big week for 4-0 Iowa.
That's right, Danny. Conference play is in the air, and Iowa has a true test in front of them.
That's right. We start with Iowa and Wisconsin's head men, their quarterbacks.
In this case, we could assume it's sunshine versus sunshine, or how about ex-sunshines? Both of these quarterbacks have a powerful arm, with Wisconsin's Joel Stave at 830 passing yards on the year, with his longest at 45 yards. And Iowa's CJ Beathard at 962 with 6 touchdowns and his longest being 81 yards. The one thing Beathard has advantage over Stave is his ability to run. Beathard has a gain of 196 yards with 3 rushing touchdowns, and Stave only has a gain of 32 yards with 1 rushing touchdown. And last season against Iowa, he did a lot of this. But without Melvin Gordon, we could see more of a throwing game.
a strong passing game can help keep us balanced and can help kind of keep defenses on their toes. So we're not throwing in only situations where it's 3rd and 9, 3rd and 3.
They're kind of the same style offense as we are, and same type of players.
The quarterback battle isn't the talk that surrounds this game, though. It's how these two match up with Wisconsin's headhunting defense and Iowa's versatile offense.
Let's break down these two specifically in the red zone. Let's start with Iowa's red zone offense. They lead the Big Ten in this category, and they have been notorious for driving into the end zone on every chance they get. With 16 chances, out of those 16 times, they've scored 15, marking them at a 93.8 percentage-wise. Iowa's offense lines up very nicely with C.J. Beathard in the pocket, of course. Jordan Canzieri is usually the guy you can see punching in these red zone touchdowns, but don't cancel out the short pass game from the red zone to the end zone.
We've spent a lot of time on it in terms of scheme, but more importantly in practice. But you never know when that's going to show up, or if it's going to show up, or if it'll continue to show up.
As for Wisconsin's red zone defense, they lead the Big Ten in this opposite game against Iowa, giving the Hawks a matchup when they get down the field. They are the only team in the nation to have not allowed a touchdown over the last 3 weeks. In the red zone, they have weapons all over, from their inside and outside linebackers to their safeties. Statistically, you only have a 60% chance to score on the red zone defense and a 40% chance for a touchdown. I don't know about you, Danny, but I'm thinking that this game could honestly go down to the very end.
Yeah, I agree. It's all about who can keep up, and both teams definitely have their hands full.
For more on a specific group of Wisconsin's defense, we will send it over to Laura Belanda and Ian Murphy. Guys, who does Iowa need to look out for?
Danny and Taylor, there are two guys on Wisconsin's defensive side that could pose a threat to the Iowa offense.
In this week's edition of By the Numbers, we focus in on what to expect from this scary duo.
Wisconsin's dominant offense of Melvin Gordon seemed to overshadow their defense in 2014, but this season the spotlight has been shed on outside linebackers Joe Schobert and Vince Beagle. Schobert, 6'2", 236 pounds, has recorded 93 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks in his career. And alongside Schobert is Vince Beagle. He's recorded 81 tackles, 19.5 tackles for loss, and 9.5 sacks in his career. Iowa's offensive line has only allowed 5 sacks so far this season and 17 tackles for loss for only 84 yards. And putting pressure on those linebackers is Iowa's rushing offense, which consists of Jordan Canzieri, C.J. Beathard, and LaShawn Daniels Jr., who have a combined 684 rushing yards. If this Iowa offensive line can hold off the Badgers' defense like they have been so far this season, Iowa shouldn't have a problem.
But that's not the only threat in Wisconsin's backfield. Fifth-year senior Michael Caputo was named to 4 preseason watch lists and has definitely lived up to those expectations.
He's had 7 solo tackles and 7 assisted tackles on the season so far. Caputo was sidelined after a huge hit in the Alabama game, and he was even in the wrong huddle after that hit.
Even though Caputo has already returned from that injury, there's another key player in Wisconsin's offense you won't see.
Running back Corey Clement suffered a sport hernia and is currently in Germany for surgery. Clement followed Melvin Gordon last season and was expected to take his place in the lineup this year.
While this could be seen as a positive for Iowa, but freshman Iowan Deal had the game of his life against Hawaii in Week 4, where he posted a career-high 147 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns.
Iowa's defense is definitely going to have their hands full with this 6'2", 237-pound running back. Danny and Taylor, that's all from us. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Laura and Ian, for that. This is about to be a fun one at Camp Randall for the Heartland Trophy.
That is for sure. We will have what goes down in Madison on our Sunday edition of 5th Quarter Football. But until then, we will see you on game day.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news between now and Sunday. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Alara Bartlett.
And I'm Austin Love. Have fun this week in Iowa City.